Hey, this is the World Advice Channel 2. What I want to talk about today is the topic of how we can make the world a better place. So for this video series, I'm going to be discussing tips on how we can make the world a better place, which even though it may not be perfect, it can at least be a lot better than it is today. Okay? So now that I mention that, let's get started. So when it comes to how we can make the world a better place, there's different things that would have to be done to make the world a better place. Okay, and when it comes to this video, the first part of my series, I'm going to be discussing three very important things that are needed to make the world a better place. Which the first one is definitely, undeniably, changing the political system. So, what exactly does it mean by changing a political system? When it comes to the topic of changing a political system, what that means is simply down to the fact that our political system is literally flawed from its very get go, okay? Which I deliberately suspect, or I should say, I suspect to a certain degree, it was deliberately created that way because they felt it would make it easier for people to decide between one or two sides or something or whatnot. But whatever the case of the matter is, whether it could be done on my suspicions or not, it's definitely very flawed. Okay, just the way it's set up, fundamentally is just flawed. Okay, and it actually goes against one of the most important principles of running a nation, which is that there are certain fundamental rules that need to be put into place. Okay, so let me explain in further detail what exactly I mean. Okay, because the truth about political system, as I'm certain everyone in the world who knows what's going on in the world knows, whether it could be North America, Europe, Asia, wherever in the world for that matter, there is something known as, when it comes to politics, two main political factions: the left wing and the right wing. And when it comes to those two main political factions, the truth of the matter is that when it comes to their way of thinking, okay, which is based primarily on the left wing being for the future, making things different, leading the world to something new, and the right wing more like, okay, let's kind of keep things the same. Those two fundamental systems. The problem with that system, for that matter, um, is just simply down to the fact that they politicize fundamental things that are human rights. Okay, whether it can come down to things like the right for human beings to defend themselves, you know, like for example, obviously learning how to use a firearm, or just in general for that matter, owning a firearm and owning weapons that can protect you against people. It could be down to things like the environment. Secondly, undeniably, because that should matter to both sides, because obviously we live on the same planet. Or it could be down to topics like lastly, there's more, but this is the last one I'm going to mention. It could be down to things like of course, like financial, rules and regulations. Things like that are things that they politicize. Those are things that both sides shouldn't be able to influence. Whether one side says we want to take away this, right from you, like gun rights for you, or the other side saying we'll take away environmental issues. Those are things that are fundamental rules. Those three rules, and there's more out there, that should not be politicized and be used as a weapon to get people to vote for the other side. Okay, that is just simply down to the truth, because obviously, um, that is stuff that are obvious human rights to live on a planet that actually is beautiful and actually is in a good shape, which is the environment, or the right for people to be able to defend themselves, let alone having financial rules that actually make sense, yada yada yada, etc. Those are things that shouldn't be politicized. And the thing, to go on further into what I mean, the political parties politicize them, which creates a situation where if you where you have to vote for one side if you want this right, or one side if you want this other right, which just causes problems and it screws up the world, and it creates a situation where no matter what side you pick, in one way the world is kind of screwed in one way or the other. Okay, so that's one thing is that definitely needs to be done to make the world a better place. Is getting rid of that ability for people to politicize rules, because there's certain fundamental rules that should always be rules and shouldn't be something that you have to vote for one side or another to have those rules. So that's the first one. The second one, definitely, undeniably, is space travel. Okay, we need to start colonizing outer space. Okay, now whether you're interested in outer space or not, that's obviously your prerogative. What you're into is obviously your personal choice. Okay, because every time you bring up space travel, people always, a lot of the people who hate the idea of it, always bring up, well, not everyone has the same interest as you. Okay, yes, we get that. Okay, no one's saying that you have to be interested in the things I'm interested in. But whether you're interested in it or not, one thing is definitely true. It would benefit us all. Whether it could come down to, you know, the most obvious one, giving us better quality resources, to leading to better technological development, to even just simply down to making sure that if our planet ever ends, we have a plan B. Those are fundamental things that space travel offers up. Oh, shit. Offers us the ability to actually experience for that matter, okay? So when it comes to those things, space travel will definitely benefit us in that regard. Specifically, of course, resources, since we're running out of resources. Because, aside from them being poorly maintained, the truth of the matter is the human population is growing and it's growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So as a result, we obviously need something to kind of make sure that we can, of course, protect our planet from destroying it more, and screwing it up more. So that's the second thing we definitely need to do is we need to start colonizing outer space because there's so much resources. It's ridiculous. Like it's estimated that literally just one asteroid in our solar system is probably easily tens of thousands, if not more. Just one asteroid. When it comes to minerals, a certain particular mineral or something. I don't know what it is, but a particular metal or metals, whatever. Maybe just to say for construction building, could literally just one of them could literally, um, you know, keep our planet in check. When it comes to having the right amount of resources for a full year, just one asteroid that's not even that big. That's like maybe roughly like 50 miles long. Like, come on, man. Like that. Like you're telling me we're gonna pass on an opportunity like that? That's the truth of the matter. So that would definitely solve our problems. As a result, would not result in us destroying the environment, and as a result, having a lot of issues we have when it comes to resource depletion. So that's my second point, okay? And my third point, and not just third point, but last point for this video, is just simply down to the fact that we also, even though this one might kind of come off as weird to people, I definitely do not think it is something trivial. I believe it's important, is having a better entertainment system. Now, this one, of course, is going to sound weird to a lot of people because people are like, entertainment, what does that have to do with anything? Entertainment's not important or anything like that, but you would actually be definitely wrong when it comes to that. Yes, it might not be as important as the other two, but it should definitely not be underestimated for that matter. And when it comes to entertainment, the truth about entertainment is extremely important in making life actually enjoyable for people. Whether it could be TV shows, movies, whether those TV shows or movies are nonfiction or fiction, let alone things like music, sports, whatever, things like that is something that we need to make our society actually interesting. Because without those things, not only would life be kind of boring for a lot of people and people wouldn't really have anything to do, it can also create a situation where people kind of start wanting things to actually happen, if you know what I'm saying. And if you don't know what I'm saying is that people kind of want something bad to happen, whether it could be war, maybe crime, um, or even just simply something chaotic like a natural disaster. You have a society of people who just secretly want something bad to happen because it makes life more interesting, you know, according to them, if anything. So that's something you want to watch out for. Because, of course, we don't want to live in a world where you have a bunch of people who are just secretly hoping, God, I hope something bad happens. I hope something bad happens. I hope a war happens. Like, that's kind of crazy. And that's what I'm trying to say. So we obviously have to realize we have to do our best to make sure we have better quality entertainment, to keep people distracted, to prevent things like that from happening. And that's the truth of the matter. Okay, so anyway, that's my third point for this video, let alone my 3 points for this video, and I'll continue on in part two.